Welcome to Tarot and Tea. I'd invite you to make yourself a cozy cup of tea, just the way you like it, and come read cards with me. This is a relaxed and reflective reading, created to bring clarity and insight. A perfect way to unwind in the evening or pause and reflect during a calm moment in your weekend. But first, let's make our tea. You can make the tea in whichever way you like, but I'm making what we call a Russian tea today. That is a tea where there is a base of black tea and then a little bit of lemon and a little bit of raspberry jam is added. Lemon brings brightness and raspberry jam brings lovely sweetness. I'm using Earl Grey as the base of my tea. Now my favorite cup of tea is ready. Let's lay out the cards. I've selected 3 cards to represent 3 groups, each with its own flavor for you to choose from. Take a look at them and notice which one resonates with you. Once you've chosen, you'll find the timestamps in the description to begin your reading. As you listen, take what feels meant for you and leave the rest for someone else. Let's begin. Welcome, Group 1. Please come in and settle your breath. I'm glad you're here. Imagine arriving in a tea room at dusk, birds calling from the canopy. The Empress is here to greet you and guide your first steps. The card reads, "Through bursts of creative energy, you fulfill your potential. Artistic inspiration and perseverance. Creativity." Let's honor that message. This speaks of something inside you already ripening, a direction or a feeling beginning to take form. It unfolds. There is a sense of natural growth here, the kind that appears when you stop pushing against yourself and let the current move with you. At the core, the Empress tells you this: your creativity is a life force. It flourishes as you flourish. When you nurture yourself, you nourish your creative path as well. You're entering in a phase where ideas flow more freely, where intuition and effort begin to cooperate. This group is about creating from wholeness, not urgency. About trusting that when you tend to what feels meaningful, it naturally becomes something beautiful. Let's look forward to what's ready to bloom in you, revealed through the next card. The next card is the Chariot. Its message reads, "Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, answers found after overcoming a test. Courage, travel, discovery." This card speaks about momentum and change. This is a confirmation that you are traveling, moving forward. Perhaps a recent challenge has sharpened your direction. You're beginning to see what truly matters. This card can also speak about a sense of discovery that is opening ahead of you, something that asks you to trust your path a little more. Let's now turn your next card. The Fool. The card's message reads: the circle is complete. The adventure begins again. Decisions lead to change, and change forces decisions. This card speaks about a fresh beginning, a soft turning on the path. You're being invited to release old expectations and let something new unfold at its own pace. Trusting your inner timing matters now. Clarity grows as you walk on your path. Now is a moment to stay open and receptive towards new. Let's turn your next card. The next card is the High Priestess. She arrives like the moonlight falling to the floor of the tea house through open doorway. The message in the card reads: mind and heart in harmony with intuition. Trust your heart and all will be good. This is a lovely confirmation of the message that we've gathered so far. Your inner voice is clearer than you realize. Something quiet inside you already knows the way. A light is falling onto your path, so you see your way better. Now there is a koi pond in the treehouse garden, so let's look at its reflective surface. First, let's make some room for the rest of the cards. Let's see what we have. I'll turn them all at once and then we'll take a closer look. 8 of Cups, that's release. Ace of Wands, spark. 3 of Pentacles, support. 8 of Wands, momentum. 9 of Cups, satisfaction. Queen of Swords, clarity. Now, let's find a deeper meaning in them. The first card, the 8 of Cups, speaks about a turning away from something that has run its course. It speaks about emotional honesty, about what no longer feels nourishing, and about shift towards deeper alignment. I feel that this is connected to the Fool, a new beginning where you choose clarity over familiarity. The next card, the Ace of Wands, speaks about a spark of motivation returning. In this card in particular, there are these small green shoots. They are new inspiration rising after a period of stillness. Expect a sense of renewal and a curiosity taking root. The next card was 3 of Pentacles. This is a card of support, coming together, and collaboration. This card speaks about support around you, whether it's visible or subtle and quiet. It reminds you that there is a value of letting others contribute. And even if you are doing solo work, you still don't have to build everything alone. You are allowed to let other people influence and help you. The next card, Eight of Wands, speaks about flow. It speaks about momentum returning. It can signal something about messages or realizations or movement that align you quickly. A process that flows freely, not by force. The next card, Nine of Cups, talks about a moment of emotional ease or satisfaction. Look at this little fish. It has 9 bowls of what to me look like food. It means that there is a permission for you to enjoy small joys fully. This is contentment arriving without pressure. You are allowed to enjoy. The last card in this row is the Queen of Swords. This is a card about clear thinking and clear speaking after emotional processing. This might be an indication that you start to see something clearly but firmly. It might remind you about healthy boundaries that support your peace. This card, after all the journey that you've gone through with the earlier cards, can also speak about wisdom gained from the past experiences, not defensiveness. Let's look at the story that these 6 cards tell together. A quiet shift is carrying you from an old chapter into a new one, guided by renewed energy, gentle support, natural momentum, a rising sense of emotional ease, and a clearer understanding of what truly feels right for you now. But there is more to this reading. Next, I will draw 4 Zen Wisdom Oracle cards to help to guide you over the next period. These oracle cards give lovely practical messages to help you on your journey. These 3 especially wanted to come to this reading. Let's see what they are. Simple comforts. The card reads, comfort in each bite, simple meals to warm the soul, savor life's small joys. This card speaks about the importance of nourishing, enjoyable food. Good food doesn't have to be complicated. Next card, elegant balance. Move with quiet grace. Balance leads to inner peace, steady as you rise. This card speaks about everyday beauty. Small things added to your day, like a single flower in a vase, a bubble bath, a beautiful perfume in the morning. Small things that add to your well-being. Evening glow. The card reads, day gives way to night. Golden hues paint the sky bright. Rest as darkness falls. This card is a reminder about sleep. Having a good night's sleep can make or break the next day, but it's also your human right. Nurture, cherish, and protect your sleep. This is a soft call to release the day, honor the shift tonight, and allow yourself peaceful rest. Let's turn the final card of your reading. Branching roots. The card reads, roots deep in the earth, branches reaching to the sky, balance in your life. This is a card of staying grounded, a reminder to stay rooted while reaching towards what's next. It speaks about practices like yoga, meditation, and taking micro breaks during the day to ground yourself and to protect your energy. Now all cards have been turned, but the most important things still lies undone, and that is reading the main message of the whole reading. The golden thread running through your reading is this. You are stepping out of an old chapter and into a new one, shaped by your own inner peace. What is fading was never meant to be whole, and what is arriving grows from your own nourishment, your own balance, your own courage. You are supported. The path ahead will move with you, not against you. Trust your clarity, tend your energy, savor the small comforts that anchor you, and allow your next beginning to unfold in its own beautiful timing. As you rise to leave the tea house, know this: you are already becoming the person your heart has been reaching toward. This concludes our reading, group number 1. Thank you for sharing this reading with me. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps me keep creating these moments for you. You're welcome to stay and listen to another reading if you feel called to, but now it's time for group number 2. Welcome, group 2. Join me for a grounding breath if you wish, and let's arrive at this reading together. I'm glad you found your way here. Imagine walking a mountain forest path and, for a heartbeat, seeing a tiger between the pines. It's not close, only passing through the light, like living emblem of calm power. This is the essence of your strength card. It reads: strength and karmic power, balance and self-control, confidence of the equilibrium between spirit and matter. This strength card is different. The tiger replaces the lion. The lion speaks of solar public power, emblematic of rulership, whereas the tiger speaks of more inward, embodied power, shaped by the instinct and presence. And the woman in the traditional strength card is no longer shown because her work is already being done. This is the strength that has already been integrated. At the core, this strength card tells you this: you are learning how to trust the strength that's already yours. This group is not about showing you a way forward through verbal judo or mental fortitude. This strength card reminds that your power, your natural power, exists without needing to prove or perform. Let's now turn what symbol wishes to be revealed next and receive the guidance that follows, revealed through the next card. The next card is the Fool. Its message reads: the circle is complete. The adventure begins again. Decisions lead to change. Change forces decisions. With the strength beside it, the Fool speaks of a new beginning that arises from inner stability rather than impulse. This is the freedom to begin again, to choose your own path without losing yourself, guided by curiosity and self-trust. Let's see what the cards choose to show you next. The next card is the Moon. Its message reads: keep your eyes open, double check everything. Things may be hidden from you. With strength beside it, the Moon is not a warning meant to frighten you. It's a reminder to stay steady when the path is lit only in fragments. It tells you to verify what matters without spiraling, to give yourself time
when the answers aren't ready to show themselves, and to let the unknown be unknown while you still choose your direction. And with the Fool nearby, this becomes a gentle truth. You can begin. You can choose your path, even if the whole map isn't visible yet. Let's turn the next card and listen for its message. The next card is Magician. Its message reads: Alchemy where ideas and action come together. Communication with awareness creates new ideas and actions. Confidence. At a glance, this card confirms that after the Moon card, after the soul's dark night, clarity will come. This is reflected by the bright red sun at the background. Also, traditionally, Magician speaks of skill, dexterity, manifesting will in the universe. Here, the Magician is replaced by a white bird. Birds are messengers, and white stands for purity. For some of you, this may even be experienced as a divine messenger. Magician is connected to Mercurius, and therefore Egyptian god Thoth, who stands as a god of wisdom. White ibis is his bird. It's not far-fetched to see angelic energy in this either. This is what I see in this card. Next, the Koi Tarot cards reflect how your journey unfolds in practice. I will turn all the cards and read just a single word keyword, and after the whole line has been turned, I will give you detailed interpretation in each card, as well as the general message in the end. So, let's see what the cards are. 6 of Swords, Transition. 6 of Cups, Nostalgia. Ace of Cups, Opening of the Heart. The Chariot, Direction. Page of Cups, Sensitivity. The Devil, Attachment. Now let's take a look of each of the cards and read their message in more detail. The 6 of Swords speaks about a calm passage away from mental or emotional strain. See the little koi fish among the sharp swords. He's journeying through the swords very carefully, arriving to safety. This gives us a message of leaving difficulty without drama or resentment. Then we have 6 of Cups. This card may speak of a life period where memories are resurfacing for healing, where the past is informing you without holding you back. At the same time, we have received Ace of Cups. This is a card of emotional openness and beginning new. See how the water is overflowing in the card. It means that this is a fresh well of feeling, compassion or connection. Next, we welcome the energy of the Chariot. This is a card about movement and direction, but first and foremost, it's a card of intention. It asks you, where do you want to steer your life? This process can be bumpy at times, but in the end, it will bring you self-trust and new focused direction. Next, we have Page of Cups. This is a card about emotional sensitivity as your strength. And it tells you that it is possible to stay open without overexposing yourself. And the final card, the Devil, asks you to look about what is holding power over you. Are they habits, patterns, or maybe attachments that you are now ready to see clearly? The first step towards freedom is through recognition. You can choose awareness and conscious choice instead of unconscious repetition. Now, as all the 6 cards have been turned, let's read the main message of the tarot card as a whole. These cards speak about leaving what no longer holds life for you, opening your heart again, and moving forward with conscious awareness rather than habit. Before you go, the oracle cards have something very specific to say about what comes next. First we have Patient Bloom. Then we have 3 cards that insisted on coming. Let's lay them down at the table. Okay, let's start with the Patient Bloom. Its message reads, "Tend your inner space. Beauty grows with care and love. Harvest joy and peace." Where the tiger in the Strength card showed you your embodied power, Patient Bloom shows you how that strength is sustained. Not through effort, but through care. This is about tending your inner environment the way one tends a garden, returning to what nourishes you, allowing joy to ripen in its own timing. Let's turn your next card. The card is Connect Worlds. Its message reads, "Bridge between 2 sides. Steady steps bring you across. Unite what's apart." The message is simple and grounded. Sometimes you don't need to choose one world over another. You're learning how to walk between them. Let's turn your next card. The next card is Veiled Truth. Its message reads, "Behind the disguise, true self waits to be revealed. Unmask, find your truth." This isn't about taking off a mask on a command. It's probably not even possible. It's about noticing which part of you are still moving from old protection and letting them soften as safety returns. With the tiger's calm strength beside you, the truth doesn't need dramatic reveal. It comes through steady self-trust, one honest layer, one honest action at a time. Let's turn the last card. The final card is Tidal Force. Its message reads, "Flow with life's rhythms. Ride the waves of change with grace. Ebb and flow in time." There are days when movement comes easily and days that ask for softness instead. Days when clarity leads and progress flows. And days when even taking one step feels impossible. Not every moment is meant to be met the same way. Let yourself move with the tides, listening for what this day requires. This is wisdom. This is respect. Now, when all the cards have been turned, let's find the most important message of this reading. The combination of all the cards that were given to you today. Let's find the golden thread running through all of them. Let's find your main message. At its heart, this reading is about embodied trust, towards yourself. It speaks to a phase where strength is no longer something you cultivate or perform, but something you inhabit. Like the tiger glimpsed on the path, your power does not announce itself. It simply exists, calm and grounded in instinct. From this place, you are invited to choose freely. This reading does not ask you to become someone new. It reminds you that you already know how to move through this, and trusting yourself during this is the deepest form of power. This concludes our reading, group number 2.
Thank you for being here and listening to this reading. I hope the reflections stay with you and help to guide you forward. If you'd like to support this work, please like and subscribe. It means a great deal. Now it's time for group number 3.
Welcome, group 3. Let your breath settle and let this reading meet you where you are. Picture a hermit's hut and a small stream running beside it in winter. Snow has closed the roads for the season and the world feels paused. The grey tone in this card carries the same tender stillness. Nature has turned quiet for a while. Like the hermit's lantern, the softened winter light here gives you permission to look within and to keep looking long enough for something true to rise. And then there are the birds. Small life, colorful life, present even in the cold. They remind you that the season is not empty. You are simply in a phase where insight ripens through reflection and through letting time do its work. If you chose this group, you might be standing at a threshold where solitude, in whatever form it takes, becomes a teacher. This is not isolation or exile, but a chosen turning of attention, a place where you review what you left behind, what you outgrew, and what still follows you until understanding comes without needing to wrestle it. Let's see what else the Hermit wants you to see. The first card is the Fool. Its message reads: the circle is complete. The adventure begins again. Decisions lead to change. Change forces decisions. Something new is gathering itself. This is the moment before form, the moment before the first step. Like a seed held in frozen ground or a butterfly being developed inside its cocoon. The beginning exists, but it has not sparked action yet. Here, the Fool speaks of potential preparing itself in silence. A future already present, but not ready to emerge. Let's see what the next card reveals. The next card is Temperance. A calm balance is the key to making good decisions and finding the best solutions. Temperance's message speaks of balance, attunement, modesty, and groundedness instead of discipline. After the incubation of the Hermit and the Fool, Temperance asks you to find a middle path, even with the asceticism of this life period. This is the wisdom of knowing when things are enough. Let's see how the next card expands your story. Structure arrives next. Your card is the Emperor. It reads: decisive rationality will take you all the way. Your inner strength enables you to lead through action. Organization. In this imagery, the power is not seated on a throne. It lives in patterns, also boundaries and systems that allow life to function without constant effort. This card speaks of stepping into responsibility without rigidity, of organizing your life in a way that supports what's growing rather than constraining it. Next, let's see what the tarot cards reveal about your situation. The Koi tarot cards show how this inner alignment begins to move through your everyday life. I will lay down 6 tarot cards, and then, while turning each one, I will give you the keyword or key impression of that card. After all of them have been turned, I will go back to each one of them and give you a clearer, deeper reading of the energies reflected on the card. Finally, I will give you the main message that I see running through all of these cards. Let's begin. Seven of Swords, discernment. The Devil, enmeshment. The Magician, articulation. Ten of Cups, belonging. Ace of Wands, emergence. And Four of Cups, withdrawal. Alright, let's now read each card individually. Seven of Swords is a card of discernment. The little koi fish here is moving very carefully between the swords. This can also be a card that signals that there is a need to do a quiet exit that protects your peace and integrity. The Devil is a card of unwinding. There is a hook and a line visible in the card. Don't swallow it. It doesn't lead to anything good, and you know this. Awareness gives you the willpower to turn down temptations where the willpower alone couldn't. When you see the hook clearly, you're not really interested in the bite. The Magician's keyword is invocation and manifesting your will in the world. You have all the skills and all the tools that you need. This period of life is teaching you how to wield them. Ten of Cups shows you visions of paradise on earth. This is a place where soul can exhale. Alignment in relationships, glimpses of emotional fulfillment, nurture, companionship, and happiness. Ace of Wands represents new growth, even a spark of energy. New life force stirs, a desire, a calling, or a creative project. You'll do wise to protect the ember. Let it grow before it has to prove itself. Four of Cups is a card of recalibration. The koi fish is turning away from bowls of food or treats, not interested in any one of them. Without appetite, the food doesn't bring joy. A little fast, whether literal or symbolic, doesn't hurt you, but it will make sure that the food will taste wonderful when you next have a bite. Alright, all the 6 cards have been turned and read, and now it is time to distill all their wisdom into a sentence or two to guide your path. This is the main message of these 6 cards. The tarot cards describe the inner adjustments that make the next step possible. This period is not passive withdrawal at all, but active facing of your inner world. They reveal a clearing process. Events will both force you to face patterns of your past, as well as give you glimpses of the best possible future. Amid this, you are shown how to work with your own energy, how to choose your direction consciously, even as the process of discernment and letting go continues. But we are not done yet. The oracle cards now show you how this is done in a very down-to-earth, practical manner. Let's hear their voice. The first oracle card is Ocean Escape. Its message reads: waves lap at your feet, soft sand beneath warm sunlight, peace where land meets the sea. Where the Hermit showed you reflection and inner listening, Ocean Escape shows you how that wisdom is integrated, not through constant effort, but through deliberate rest. This card reminds you that time away, especially time in nature, is not avoidance or indulgence. It's part of the spiritual life. Stepping back allows the changes already underway to settle, your direction to clarify, and your nervous system to realign with what truly matters. The next card is New Beginning. Its message reads: step into the new, cross the threshold with intent. Opportunities bloom. Linked with the Fool and the Ace of Wands, this is not about forcing change or proving courage. It's a reminder that when the inner work has ripened enough, needed movement feels natural. The steps will come, and when it does, it will feel like the only honest next step. The next card is Sacred Heaven. Its message reads: in the sacred space, find your peace and true purpose. Reconnect within. This calls you to honor your spiritual life as something essential, not secondary. It is a reminder that this work carries purpose and depth. It is not just a habit. It serves you on many levels, drawing you closer to yourself and to whatever you understand as the divine. Branching roots. This card points you back at what truly nourishes you, to the habits, places, practices, and relationships that ground your nervous system and steady your life. When you tend to your roots, rest, rhythm, nourishment, meaning, the growth happens naturally. You don't need to force the next phase. New branches will emerge on their own once the roots are strong enough to hold them. Now, as all the cards have been turned, it is time for the main message of this reading. When I'm looking at all of the cards at once and reflecting their meaning, I see that the main message of this reading is this. All of the cards together describe a season of conscious incubation. This is a period of reflective but active transformation. What may look like stillness to outside is actually a period of inner alignment where clarity, balance, and structure are forming beneath the surface. From this grounded space, the next step will emerge naturally when you are ready. This concludes our reading, group number 3.
Thank you for taking part in this reading. May it bring you calm, perspective, and a touch of inspiration for the days ahead. And if you wish to join me again for future readings, please remember to like the video and subscribe.